within the root folder in here, Amigo services, I should be able to cd into k8s and then Minikube and then Bootstrap. So if I type ls, we've got Postgres. So in fact, let me just go back a folder in here, and I'm just going to be inside of Minikube. Now, if I type kubectl get and then pods or po, it's the same thing, we should have our hello world pod, which is running, right? Now, I'm going to basically apply. So if I want to apply all those YAMLs, you can say kubectl apply -f and then the folder. So this is Bootstrap and then Postgres. Press enter and check this out. So config map created, service, stateful set, persistent volume, as well as the claim, everything was created. Now I'm going to clear the screen and then type kubectl get pods -w. So have a look, Postgres 0, and basically it's creating in here. The container is creating, and what it's currently doing is actually pulling the image from Docker Hub. So let me just take this name here and then have a new window. I'm going to type kubectl describe pod and then Postgres 0, and in the meantime you can see that it's now running. Have a look. So it was creating and then it's running now, but I wanted to show basically, so I wasn't quick enough. So let me just Control C on that and then close this window and Control C here. And basically if I paste this, so let's describe pod and have a look. So these are the events and kubelet. So here, pulling image Postgres in here, pulling image Postgres, and then successfully pulled image and created container, and now it's basically started. So you can have more information about the pod itself, but basically now we have, so if I say get pods, we have this pod, which is Postgres, and it's running. Now let's investigate the logs. So here, just take the name and then say kubectl logs and then Postgres 0. And you can see that these are the logs. So the database system is ready to accept connections. And you can see that. So create database, and we are looking good. Now, what I want to do is I want to say Minikube and then SSH. And remember, within our volume, if I scroll up, have a look, the path, the host path was mount and then data. So this is within Minikube. So within Minikube, if I say cd / and then here I can say cd, and I've got mnt for mount, ls, and have a look, we've got data. So this is really cool. So this is what we've specified in our volume. Now let me come out of Minikube. So I'm going to press Control D. And what I want to do is to create a database for all of our microservices. So the way we do it is, so I already have in my search. So if I say sh, and there we go. So this is the command that we want. So here, kubectl exec it, this will be Postgres -0. So this is the name of our pod. And then in here, --sh. Now, instead of executing sh, I want to execute psql -U and then amigos code. So that was the user. Enter and check this out. We are inside. So we are inside. Now, if I type \l, you can see that we have the amigos code database that we specified in our environment variable. And what I want to do is to create a database. So create database customer. Let's also create a database for fraud. And finally, notification. And job done. Now press Control D. And if I show you get pods again, so you see the pod, there we go. So we've managed to SSH into this running pod. We created the databases, which later our microservices will need. And congratulations, you've managed to run Postgres on Kubernetes. But as I said, in production, never do this. Do this only for testing. And also you can see I'm teaching you about all of these different components that Kubernetes has to offer. Next, let me set you an exercise.